from our biggest marketing event in Orlando, Florida, where we served around about 20,000 customers. And the reason why I'm showing you that video is getting inspiration back to Singapore, because most of the stuff which you see in the video has been more or less developed in Singapore. So I'm very proud that all the information that we showed just 2 weeks ago in Orlando is coming out from Singapore, from our Innovation Center of Networks, where I'm part of and leading the business development. And what I'm going to show you today is what the team here in Singapore has been working on the last, I would say, 4 or 5 months. All what we have seen in that video that we have showed in Orlando just 2 weeks ago started more or less beginning of this year. So at the beginning of this year, we formed, based in the NUS campus at the University Town, in our Innovation Center, a team focusing on machine learning that empowers the smart enterprise and builds intelligent enterprises. Parts of the team that develop these solutions are here in the room with me, so definitely after the presentation you can have talks with them. Well, machine learning. Let me ask the first question. Whom of you already is dealing with machine learning? Just to get a quick poll. Okay, a couple of you. Well, I think that's an understatement. I assume all of you have already a smartphone. At the end, your smartphone is powered by machine learning. Of course, we see robotics, self-driving cars, all that is possible with the empowerment using capabilities of machine learning. Recently, I think in particular all of you in Asia and Incubation have seen that AlphaGo being the first time the professional Go player. Why is that possible with the power of machine learning? Well, the reason why I'm showing you that one is it's not something new, but it's now coming to a point that we, from an SAP perspective, figured out it's now time to do and to bring the technology to the enterprise to do artificial stuff out of it. Well, we have seen some use cases in the presentations before on IoT or on wearables that for sure can be tackled with machine learning, but there are kind of minor use cases and some minor challenges companies still deal with. Imagine 85% of current retailers that run an e-commerce shop, they don't have a personalization. At the other hand side, we are living already in a world where customers, including myself, yourself, we are looking for highly personalization and highly super fast responses. Well, look at that, customers, service agents, time is not productive. 60% of service agents' time is not productive. Service agents in the year of 2016 still were struggling with systems, still struggling with technologies. So there's quite a bunch of what we can achieve with machine learning. And this is where we focused since the beginning of the year. How can we use machine learning capabilities to empower companies, come up with intelligent solutions to achieve a couple of things. Of course, companies want to increase their revenue streams. Companies want to lower their costs. But at the end, machine learning, we figured out we can also heavily use to increase and empower customer satisfaction as well as employee satisfaction. And combining all that, increasing revenue, lowering costs, making customers and employees happy, it's a major achievement where I personally think we are just at the beginning. More to come in the future. So what is machine learning? Well, I think we have seen some great samples in the IoT presentation as well as on the computer visioning. Well, it allows us, instead of classically programming, explicitly programming a computer, to feed a machine with historic data and train a machine based on that data. So at the end of feeding that machine with data, computers at the end learn to see. We have just seen in that computer visioning presentations. They learn to read, they learn to listen, and that's what we're going to use to empower our own application stack to make artificial and intelligent solutions out of it. Well, we have seen within the IoT track, there are the number of sensors, the number of wearables, the number of data is heavily increasing. There is data out there, and that makes it now possible to use that data and drive intelligent applications. We see, thanks to the gaming industry, for those of you who are in gaming, we have massive increased computer power that allow the processing of videos or images in a totally different manner. So we have increased hardware, increased computer power, and last but not least, thanks for research, we have new algorithms, deep learning algorithms that allow us to power at the end computer vision that we have seen in other presentation before. In all essence, well, the conclusion of that, the more data we have, the more data we can feed into the machine, the more we get out of it. That's the kind of key conclusion on that one. Well, how do we take that forward from an SAP perspective and from an enterprise perspective? So clearly, as an input data, we can, besides processing structured data and database tables, we take any kind of unstructured data, be it email, be it video, be it text information, be it speech or images, feeding in the algorithm at the end, turning that into a rolling cycle. So first of all, the machine needs to get feeding with the data, and then we build up a training model. So instead of classically programming, we build that training model, and once we have reached a certain accuracy of the training model, we can bring that into operations. On a day-to-day practice in enterprise process, you feed your algorithm with your day-to-day data, transactional data, and you get at the end your result and increased productivity. Well, how do we take that? We have two major streams. So we will build machine learning services out of that technology that we will use to empower our own applications. So we will take these machine learning services, empower our existing solutions, and in the same way we will make these machine learning services available to the ecosystem, that you can take them and consume these machine learning services, and no need to build them by ourselves, as a kind of API marketplace to build your own solutions. One is empowering our own solutions, and the other one is make it available for the ecosystem, make it ready for consumption and building their own solutions. Okay, well, I mentioned that already before. What are the kind of benefits we clearly see besides of increasing revenue and lowering costs? So in particular, the first way we target on our use cases is targeting to improve the productivity in shared services. There are still heavily manual activities in shared service centers, even in our own SAP shared service centers, which we use also as internal collaboration partners. This is heavily manually processing data, and this is where we target to, at the one side, increase the productivity of these people, but also increase kind of job satisfaction of our own employees. So instead of doing kind of boring stuff, day-to-day business, we're taking off the kind of manual work and bringing in manual automatic additional support to really increase productivity and customer and employee satisfaction. Well, before I deep dive in a kind of demo, I would like to briefly introduce these cases where we currently work on and which we have available. Those are use cases, those are not products which are already out there on the market. It's a co-innovation. We are running a co-innovation center here in Singapore where we have built these first products. Those not products which you can buy or which you can already use. Those are the first products which we have come up together with co-innovation customers, and where we invite you to be part of that and co-innovate further with us. The target is that we bring all of these products to the market by end of this year, beginning of next year. So let's start on the left hand side. Invoice management. Well, I think solves a problem or addresses a problem which is not really new. Kind of boring business problem in shared service centers. You have invoices that you have sent to your customers, and you get payments coming in. And you need to match somehow in a shared service center activity these invoices with payments. They can be quite complex. So you get a payment that serves 2 or 3 invoices. You have a kind of different amount from the payment versus the invoice. You don't have the invoice number with the payment. Those are topics feeding in historic data. You can smarten up that algorithm, and the target is, of course, to increase the automation of that matching. Automated sales forecast is something which we work together with our CRM team to improve the kind of forecast accuracy in a B2B business. Instead of just running a kind of forecasting by guessing and estimating when will the next deal close, we come up with a prediction based on historic data and use also unstructured data. Compiling email information or compiling additional information out on the web and feeding in that to our sales representatives to come up with a better prediction in the sales process. Social media customer service. Well, I think we all use Facebook, Twitter, and those companies that are in a B2C business, they don't want to risk that people kind of bad talk in their Facebook channels. You don't want to risk to get a negative Facebook post or somebody tweets negatively about yourself. We see clearly a massive increase of data coming in with those posts and those tweets. Companies hire additional people to work on these incoming messages. What these social media customer service solution does is taking machine learning capabilities, classifying sentiments coming from Facebook, coming from Twitter, and coming up with a classification. Is it a negative sentiment? Is it a positive sentiment? And once you have classified, you can come in, also powered by machine learning, with an action recommendation. So you can take Facebook and Twitter tweets and directly create an action out of that. So if somebody talks about negative within a Facebook post, you can directly create an action item and direct that to one of your service teams that takes immediately action and calls the customer. The Ask Recommender, well, it's a simple recommender that comes up with product recommendations to, at the end, provide a solution. Remember, 85% of e-commerce shops don't have a personalization, so not really individual offerings in these e-commerce shops. With the Ask Recommender, we are using machine learning capabilities to provide individual offerings to customers. CV matching, I think the team who developed that one is almost completely in the That's a kind of interesting use case which we use to support recruiters as well as hiring managers. So, all about war for talent. I think we're all looking to finding the right fitting resources. What this process does, or this product does, it is matching CVs with job postings. At the end, you have job postings out there. You get a massive volume of CVs. With CV matching, you don't have to scan manually all the CVs regarding skills and education. What the product does, it comes up with a recommendation based on skills, based on education, and provides recruiters, provides hiring managers a short list of candidates that should be interviewed. But before I deep dive into the demo, I would like to share another video with you, which we have done with some of our innovation partners with Insights.
Customer data in retail, hundreds of hours of video uploaded every minute, billions of unstructured data points with valuable information hidden in them. How to discover it? With machine learning.
Customers have the most important data in SAP systems in motion. What we offer our customers now is that we apply machine learning to making all their applications intelligent.
Combining massive computing power and advanced algorithms creates a machine that can actually learn from data and derive meaningful actions.
Machine learning has revolutionized consumer applications, and the time is now to revolutionize enterprise applications too.
SAP is developing intelligent applications all across the digital core. At TUI, machine learning helps to automatically classify and cluster social media posts to ensure customer satisfaction.
Customers expect a really highly personalized, super fast, super relevant experience. For us, providing the right product through the right channel at the right time is a really, really compelling way of delivering that highly personalized, fast experience.
In recruiting, a lot of time is spent on matching candidates and open positions. Now, machine learning helps to detect the best fit intelligently.
The great thing about the algorithm is that it removes the subjectivity which has existed historically in the staffing process. So it's an entirely objective, it is a more data-based decision.
Another example for intelligent enterprise software is invoice matching in shared service centers. It learns from the actions of accountants and applies them to future payments. The result, much faster payment clearing, cost reductions, and better service.
Even today, best practice organizations have human beings matching bank payments with invoices in 40 to 60% of cases. It's repetitive work, it's readily automatable work, and it's the first step towards bringing comprehensive automation to shared service organizations everywhere.
We are entering a new era of computing, the age of intelligent enterprise powered by machine learning.
Well, the major reason why I intend to show you that video is it shows you how we collaborate. This is not something which we came up by ourselves. It's all about collaboration and working together in an ecosystem. So partners, customers like TUI or WebCommerce, they work closely from the very beginning, even when identifying the use cases together with us. And it's all about big data. You need to have data sets. If you don't have data, you simply can avoid starting anything with machine learning. And in a sample of CV matching, the partner we work together with us, we got 10 years later, so 10 years history of CVs as well as job postings, and of course that was a massive data feeding into the machine that came up to feed up really the algorithm to come up with a certain accuracy. Well, I would like to also show you the kind of how it works in reality. So this is really something which is purely coming out from Singapore. All what you have seen here is innovated from Singapore. The first thing that I want to show you is that invoice matching. So simple UI, which is on the left-hand side, showing the payments which you're getting in, and on the right-hand side, the invoices from the customers. And what you simply can do, you select payments, and based on the historic data, the algorithm is figuring out with a certain accuracy, a matching rate, which invoices are fitting best to that payment. And of course, when the accuracy is 100%, it's processed automatically in the background. In other words, machine learning does a proper job. You don't need to interfere manually. And you can set up the system in a way that you customize everything that has a kind of matching rate above 95%, for example, is processed in the background automatically. In that case, the system finds that 2 invoices does match one payment with an accuracy of 97%. I can double check, okay, why is that? Customer name as well as the invoice number are fitting, are the same, and the guy in the shared service center who is processing the documents can now manually validate, okay, I have a surplus, there's a slight difference of the amount of €1.35. He can now agree or disagree with that matching, and if he agrees, he can simply post it, get further with the next payment. Again, the matching starts again. Payment with invoice, the process is the same. I figure out 99 matching rate, 99% matching rate is a payment with the invoice. Why is that? Okay, pretty obvious. It's the same amount. I can double check that one. Well, customer name is the same and the amount is the same. And then again, I continue with the process. Well, one final case I would like to share with you is, well, it's kind of our hottest one. We got really excellent feedback based out of Orlando, also from our big customers that all have the problem. How can we hire massive number of people what we're looking out there. It's that matching of job positions with CVs. So what the system does, basically you can create a job, you can upload CVs, you can upload job postings. And once you have done that, you get your position in that sample which we have prepared here for that demo. You have created a job search for a researcher, and you got 16 CVs as a candidate. And what the system does, it comes up with a proposal as a shortlist for the recommend for the recruiter or for the hiring manager. Those are the 5 candidates you should have a look at. The key advantage of the algorithm is it's completely gender-free. So it does not care about age, young and old, it does not care female or male, it does not care European or Asian. So it's completely gender-free and purely works on education and skills. And you can prioritize. So I prefer to have more priority on the education level, more prioritize on the skill level. And you can exclude or include different kind of sources. You can only work with the candidates that apply for a job, or you include also kind of internal candidates that updated their job profiles internally. Another case we're currently working on is with LinkedIn to find out the kind of interesting candidates that have not even applied for a job. But those are the candidates you probably want to reach out proactively. This is something we're working on. Another sample is, which is just in progress, what we call job seeker, also powered by machine learning. So when you these days go to our own webpage, sap.com, and want to look, okay, what can SAP offer me as a kind of job? You get a huge list of job postings, 100 plus jobs, and it's you as a job seeker. You need to look, okay, which jobs fits for me. With the job seeker, we provide people that look at our homepage to upload their CV, and then the algorithm, again powered by machine learning, comes up with a recommendation. Hey, those are the 5 jobs you should look at if you are interested to work for the company. Okay. Again, what I would like to summarize, this is not something we have done by ourselves. I would like to invite all of you on the left-hand side to innovate together with us to bring these cases to market. So in other words, if you have data, you can already test run the algorithms. And in the second case, second collaboration, where we really look for customers as well as for partners to look across an entire enterprise portfolio, be it from customer interaction, be it from employee supporting tools, be it assets, IoT, as we just have seen before, or in the business networks area, supplier network area, to identify new cases. So be invited to share with us your ideas. And in summary, well, I think there's data out, there's IT data out, there's big data out. If we play it right and combine it with machine learning, I think it's now the time to use machine learning and big data to create, again, big value.